Petrine privilege, also known as the privilege of the faith, a favour of the faith, is a ground recognized in Catholic canon law allowing for dissolution by the Pope of a valid natural marriage between a baptized and a non-baptized person, for the sake of the salvation of the soul of someone who is thus enabled to marry in the Church. In essence, it is an extension to marriages between a baptized and a non-baptized person of the logic of the Pauline privilege, the latter being dissolution of a marriage between two non-baptized persons to enable one of them, on becoming a Christian, to enter a Christian marriage. Dissolution of a marriage in favor of the faith, which is seen as having a biblical precedent in Jews putting away the non-Jewish wives recounted in Ezra chapter 10 verses 1 to 14, is rarely used terminology, while the Pauline privilege is surnamed in reference to the instructions of St. Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 12 to 15. The term Petrine privilege, which was coined by Franz Hirth in his 1946 lectures on the Holy See's norms and practice, refers not to any rule given by St. Peter, but to an exercise of authority by the Pope as successor of St. Peter. Canonists now generally consider inappropriate the term Petrine privilege, but it remains in common use. Natural marriage, the kind of marriage to which the favour of the faith applies, is a valid natural marriage. Baptism is required for valid reception of the other sacraments, and because in marriage two people are involved together. If either of them is not baptized, there is no sacrament. A natural marriage, while recognized as valid, is classified as not confirmed and can be dissolved for the sake of the higher good of a person's faith. If at any time, even after separation, the non-baptized party receives baptism, the marriage becomes sacramental and the favor of the faith no longer applies. However, if the husband and wife do not have marital intercourse after both become baptized persons, a marriage thus confirmed but not consummated can still, for a just cause, be dissolved in accordance with Canon 1142 of the Code of Canon Law. History. In response to the missionary growth of the 16th century, the popes developed new norms in order to deal with polygamists, whereby a number of new privileges were approved that went well beyond those provided for by the Pauline privilege. The 1917 Code of Canon Law extended these to the whole Church, and the great increase of mixed marriages and of divorce in the 20th century has greatly increased pastoral needs in relation to marriage. Accordingly, the governing norms have continued to undergo development. A precedent was set when in 1924 Pope Pius XI dissolved the 1919 marriage of Gerard G. Marsh and Francis E. Groom of Helena, Montana, who were civilly divorced a year later. This was done to favor Marsh's marriage to Lulu Lafford, a Catholic. Cases became so numerous that, in 1934, the Holy Office issued norms for the dissolution of marriage in favor of the faith by the supreme authority of the Sovereign Pontiff. These applied even when the baptized party was a Catholic who had married a non-baptized person after obtaining a dispensation so as to enter into a valid natural marriage. On the 6th of December 1973, new norms were issued revising those of 1934. These in turn were replaced by a revised text on the 30th of April 2001. Conditions. The petitioner, if baptized and Catholic at the time of the marriage in question, must intend to marry a baptized Christian. If non-baptized or baptized in another Christian church, must either intend to enter the Catholic Church or be baptized in it, or intend to marry a baptized practicing Catholic.